Hello and welcome again to Fox Comics and Games in beautiful downtown Marion, Illinois. And we are unpacking this week's comic book order, and today is May 15th, and these comics will go on sale at 10 a.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, May 16th, 2018. And we're starting off with one of the many graphic novels and trade paperbacks. This is a hardcover graphic novel, The Road to Metal, Dark Days, The Road to Metal. Scott Snyder from DC. We have quite a few of these that came in. There's a lot of Star Wars graphic novels that came in, trade paperbacks. Mouse Guard, we got in a lot of Mouse Guard. Some Wonder Woman from Rebirth, some of her trade paperbacks, and restocks on things from Valiant as well. So a rather large order that way. Also a pretty big manga order arrived today. Will go on sale tomorrow, as did several Harley Quinn statues. Reorders and new ones have come in today. So that should get us caught up. Next week we'll probably do a better job showing all of that type of material. We're going to start off today's comic books with a Marvel all-new Wolverine issue 35. And then next up from DC we have Aquaman issue 36. And here's one of the beautiful, that was up for cover of the week this week in our cover of the week contest. That's a great Aquaman variant for issue 35. DC's been knocking it out of the park with these virgin cover variants with no writing on them. They're just beautiful. Next up from Marvel is issue 2 of The Avengers. And then next up from Image is a Conundrum and a Wonderful Thing all at once. It is Brian K. Vaughan's Barrier, issue 3. Those of you who are reading Saga, this is the gentleman that writes Saga. The conundrum is why Image Publishing would make it that much taller than every other comic book. We're not sure the answer to that, if that's purposeful, but it is a thing, just so you know. But it's a good book so far, been very enjoyable. Issue 3 of Barrier by Brian K. Vaughan and Image Publishing. Next up from DC is issue 47 of Batman. And I think this is the issue that all of us, I can speak for all of us except Jesse, we've all been waiting for him to kill Booster Gold. So we're all quite excited about that. And then again, there's the Virgin variant cover that's available for Batman, issue 47. Next up from DC is Batwoman, issue 15, which is a gorgeous cover. And an equally gorgeous variant cover. That was runner-up in cover of the week this week. So that was really, really cool looking. Then next up from Marvel, we have issue 18 of Ben Reilly, The Scarlet Spider. And then from Valiant, which if you're not reading Valiant, you need to, issue 9 of Bloodshot Salvation, a Jeff Lemire title that is really, really saucy. And that's the standard cover. And then this is the pre-order edition. It has additional content in it, additional pages, and actually just more comic for the same price. You can talk to us about getting pre-order editions if you like. DC brings us Bombshells United, issue 18. DC also brings us issue 4 of The Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wonder Woman. And then Marvel brings us issue 157 of Cable. About ready to be way more popular once that Deadpool movie hits. And then we have from Marvel issue 702 of Captain America. Mark Waid working on that right now, and that's gotten pretty sassy. Then next up from Aftershock Comics, we have issue 4 of Cold War. And then also from Image, we have Crude, issue 2. Mr. Fox has been accused of being crude. Then next up from DC, we have issue 5 of Damage. And then from Marvel, issue 602 of Daredevil. And then from Image Publishing, we have issue 2 of The Dead Hand, which some people might refer to as The Stranger, but that's an entirely different thing. Next up, also from Image, is issue 4 of The Death of Love. Has to do with getting married, I believe. And then next up from Vertigo Publishing, we have issue 4 of Deathbed. Then from Dark Horse Comics, one we're quite excited about here at Fox's, Ether, the Copper Golems, and this is from Matt Kent, who's one of the guys responsible for turning Valiant into such a powerhouse here recently. It's a new one from him, and then that's what one of the variants for Ether looks like. Just gorgeous cover. Next up from Boom Studios, we have Boombox number 3, Dodge City. And then from Image Publishing, issue 3 of Gideon Falls, another Jeff Lemire title. And then from DC, issue 47 of the Green Lanterns. And again, one of their beautiful Virgin Art covers. That's the variant for Green Lanterns. Next up is Harley Quinn, Harley Loves Joker, issue 2. That's the second part of that series, so that's the last one of that. That's been very popular here in the store, as has been the variant covers. That's what they look like for this issue. Next up from Marvel, we have issue 1 of Hunt for Wolverine, The Claws of a Killer. And then next up from Image, we have Infidel. And that has also been very well received here in the store. Next up from Marvel, we have Infinity Countdown, Daredevil, number 1. And then from DC, we have Injustice 2, issue 26. And then from Marvel, we have Iron Fist, issue 80. Ouch. And next up from Dynamite, we have James Bond, The Body, issue 5. And then from Aftershock Comics, who have really come on strong here recently, issue number 8 of Jimmy's Bastards. If you would like to explore what happens with all of James Bond's illegitimate children. Next up from DC, highly anticipated Scott Snyder's Justice League No Justice. People are very excited about that one hitting, as they are Image's issue 4 of the new Kick-Ass. It's Mark Millar and John Romita doing the art. And then Kyle Higgins brings us, along with Boom Studios, issue 27 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And this is part of the Shattered Grid. And it has been huge in this store. Next up from Marvel, issue 1 of the highly anticipated Mighty Thor. And that's Jason Aaron, I believe, is writing that. And it should be phenomenal. Next up from Image, issue number 10 of Moonshine by Brian Azzarello. Very, very good. He also did the New 52 Wonder Woman. Started that off. Next up from IDW, we have My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, issue 66. Clears up a lot of the questions from the first 65 issues. Why is Cupcake look like that and things like that. Next up from Dark Horse Comics, we have issue 3 of Neil Gaiman's American Gods, My Einzel. And then from DC, a lot of people are excited about this as well. Issue 1 of New Challengers. A lot of people looking forward to getting that. Next up from Valiant, again, if you're not reading Valiant, there's something wrong with you. Ninjak, or Ninja K in this case, issue 7. And another highly anticipated title is The Punisher, issue 224. Next up from Marvel, we have Quicksilver, No Surrender, issue 1. And then from Shadowline, distributed by Image, we have Rat Queens, number 9. And then from Archie Comics, we have issue 12 of Riverdale. IDW brings us Star Trek The Next Generation Through the Mirror, issue number 3. Marvel and Star Wars brings us Star Wars Poe Dameron, issue 27. Then from DC, a special this week on Superman. It is number 1 of the special, Escape from Dinosaur Island. And it sounds like my last class reunion, quite honestly. Next up from IDW is issue 82 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which brings us to another IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe, issue 22. An Aftershock comic is next, and one we are quite excited about. The gentleman that wrote The Preacher, Garth Ennis, has a new title out for them called A Walk Through Hell, and that is issue number 1. And our cover of the week is the variant for that, because it's very creative and thought-provoking. It's like it couldn't be more black. It's really black. Issue 1 of A Walk Through Hell. Next up from Marvel, Weapon H, issue 3. And then from Image, issue 36 of The Wicked and the Divine from Kieran Gillen. If you're not reading Kieran Gillen, you should. He is wonderful. And then from DC, outside of the DC universe, we have issue 13 of The Wild Storm, Warren Ellis's baby, and doing quite well. Then from Marvel, we have X-Men Red, issue 4. And then also from Marvel, we have X-Men The Wedding Special, issue 1. And then we will end it today on a Marvel title, issue 3 of You Are Deadpool. So that's this week's comics. Some of the other items that have come in, some Deadpool statues and Harley Quinn statues. If you get a chance, stop in and see us tomorrow on Wednesday, May 16th. Thanks so much.